2005 saw a change in the F1 order. So where will 2006 lead? The season may last from March until October, but in reality, Formula One is a sport that never stops. Renault promised an aggressive defence of the team's double world championship at their launch in Monaco. Complacency has no place in the team, and the focus remains clear.
The motivation is everything, and I love the job I'm doing. This is my way to doing Formula One. You know, I'm very motivated, and I love it.
And what about their chances for this season?
Last year, in January, when we had the launch of the 25, it was impossible to think to be the world champion, and now we are here sitting talking about this, and maybe yes, why not?
We start the season with the car number 1 and number 2. Look like for the moment we are the best, and I think so for the moment in 2 months, I think so we're still the best.
McLaren came close to both titles last year, but they have to take things up a step to seal the job in 2006. Reliability was a real issue last season and cost them victory on more than one occasion. The team opted to concentrate on improving the car and ran with an interim design before launching their brand new livery shortly before the season opener in Bahrain. Ferrari has a lot to do to regain its form.
It has been in the back of my mind and has been make me moving forward and prepare myself, get the acts together with everybody in the factory.
The team's first test session with the new car coincided with their launch in Mugello. Michael Schumacher's joined by Felipe Massa, who has a big challenge ahead.
If you arrive at Ferrari, you must be already a well-proven driver. So there's no reason for him to take on advice from me. His job will be to show he's better than me, and my job is obviously the opposite.
Toyota had been testing their TF106 since November, so opted for a press unveiling at their manufacturing facility in Valenciennes in France. What benefits are there from testing so early?
Well, testing so far was very successful. I mean, the main important things in November, December testing are usually engine reliability, since it's a new one, and the new back end and gearbox, which worked great. In our case, we have new tires as well, which takes a lot of mileages as well to get more.
Williams have been putting in the track time with new engine suppliers Cosworth over the winter. What was the biggest challenge to overcome?
The biggest challenge is bringing on the car aerodynamically and structurally, passing the crash tests, etc. So we are ready to race.
Honda used the Barcelona test in January to unveil the RA106. Former Ferrari driver Rubens Barrichello joins Jenson Button. How are they getting on?
Jenson and Rubens have worked well together, from the start. There's huge respect for each other, but they're both decent human beings. They seem to get on extremely well. They drive in a similar fashion. They're very, very smooth, natural drivers. And really the job is for Rubens to push Jenson, Jenson to push Rubens, and they both end up in a higher position than they would have otherwise. And that's the process that we've got to manage.
BMW take over Sauber and go to popular test track Valencia to launch a whole new era. Many old faces remain, but it's a fresh start for the team.
It feels great, certainly an exciting day for the team. It is a presentation of the new team, the drivers, the partners, and obviously the new car. And all the engineers especially are very nervous about this afternoon when the car will be at the track for the first time.
How have the drivers adapted?
I have quite a good feeling, but unfortunately that can lead you in the wrong direction sometimes. In the end, the stopwatch will decide.
BMW Sauber are not the only team to undergo a radical transition over the winter. How much of a change was it for Jordan to become Midland F1 Racing?
Well, obviously, the obvious things like colors and names, and a few people, not that many. I mean, maybe 80%, 90% of the team is still the same inside. The car is a big step forward in terms of downforce. We haven't tried it on track, and we don't know how much the other ones have improved. But there will be an improvement. So we shall see during the winter test what we're going to learn with it.
What does team principal Colin Collins want to see in 2006?
To keep the reliability and to be quicker and to get on a regular basis points.
Preparations for 2006 start during the 2005 season, but it's not until winter testing begins that we can see what developments have taken place. Weather is a particular problem for teams and can restrict the amount of track time available.
I mean, this period is the worst one to test, but we have to because the season is getting closer and closer. Because the problem is that every time in the morning we would like to start at 9 o'clock. We should start at 9 o'clock, but then because it's too cold and the tires don't get in the temperature, it's impossible to drive with the slick tires, even if it's dry, but it's too cold. And so we have to wait every time, like 10:30, 11 o'clock, trying to start testing something, because in the morning you don't find anything. For this, the weather is really important. Fortunately, at least it doesn't rain in this area that much, and we are lucky to test and try to find something. But the problem is that in the morning it's a little bit too cold, and in the evening as well, because after 4 o'clock you cannot test anything else.
Well, testing for us, it's really tough day. We start already 8 o'clock in the morning with the first briefing. 9 o'clock we are in the car. We do usually the installation lap, and then unless the circuit is cold, we start running around 9:50, 9:20 with a proper run, and we run all day. Usually at the end of the day, when you had not particularly problems, you do over 100 laps, which is over 600, 700 kilometers a day, which is very tough. And we do 3 or 4 days a week. We do a lot of testing for the tires, some aerodynamics parts, especially for the reliability.
So how does a day's testing compare to a race?
The race is particularly tough because you do 1.5 hours without stopping, so for that it's really hard physically. But even testing, we do sometimes the double of the race in terms of kilometers.
Teams have very clear aims and objectives that need to be achieved during a day of testing.
Well, the day before, the engineers does a program, and you spend maybe the morning just for the tire testing, and then in the afternoon you do some setup work, some aerodynamics parts, and after that we have in between we have some briefing with them, and at the end of the day around 6 o'clock we have another big briefing, debrief. So it's a very busy day for us. At the end of the day we are quite tired, and we like to have a massage because the muscles are very tough, so it's important to have a rest.
But there's little time for drivers to put their feet up. Testing is the time to push the cars to the limit and solve any problems that may have arisen. Reliability is crucial for success in both championships. New regulations all present new demands for the teams and drivers. Tyre changes are permitted once more in pit stops. Single lap qualifying is replaced by a new knockout format. But perhaps the most radical change has been the move from V10 to V8 engines.
The new engine has had a big impact on the design and development work over the year. The V8 is very different from what we used to have. It creates vibrations above 16,000 RPM, which is the range Formula One engines tend to operate in. And all the engineers are quite busy still to deal with that. Not only the engine guys, but also the car engineers, because the vibrations affect the chassis as well. that was the main challenge on the technology side.
Whoever adapts to all of the changes will have the best chance of being champions in 2006.